Hey, everybody. How's it going? Todd Spears here, along with my partner, Herc Magnus, over
Hey
there,
everybody.
listening and tweaking the dials. We also have a special guest on today, Mr. Tom Gaddis. Tom, will you say hello?
Hey, aloha, everybody. Super excited to be here. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Right on, Tom. Thanks for being here. Tom is one of the co-creators of The Lead Factory. And if you've been paying attention to our emails over the last 3 days, I guess, we started on Friday. We had our first webinar on Friday where we kind of demoed SERPscout. As you see on your screen now, we're going to do it again here in just a minute, show you some cool stuff about it. There's a lot of people on here that haven't seen it at all yet, so it's going to be fun. So there is another webinar that we did on Friday. We had a demo of SERPscout. And we also had Mr. Brian Anderson on, who's also a co-creator of the Lead Factory. And he went over some of the things that it has inside there. And so if you haven't seen that yet, you might want to go check that out on our replay page. We'll give you the link to that here in just a bit. But today, we don't want to take up too much of your time. We're going to try to keep this at an hour only. There's not a whole lot of people on this call, so I don't suspect we're going to get too many questions, although we are starting about 5 minutes earlier than we normally do. And I see people I see it climbing up pretty heavily right now, but that's okay. Anyway, we'll answer your questions. We'll be here until there are no more questions as usual, but hopefully we'll get out of here in about an hour. Our presentation or our talks are only going to be about 45 minutes. So that being said, once again, Herc's going to come in here and show you a little bit more about SERPscout, and then Tom's going to take over here in a minute and show you exactly the interworkings of the Lead Factory and what all it has inside there. As you probably know by now, we are kind of promoting the Lead Factory, and what this is about is if you pick up the Lead Factory, it's really cheap, inexpensive, but it's a great fit for SERPscout. It includes all these email templates. Tom's going to go over that in a minute. But SERPscout is one of those tools that goes out and finds you the leads, gets their contact information, and then always the big question is, what do I send them? How do I get them on the line? How do I get them to talk to me? All those kinds of things. So that's why this is such a great fit. And so we wanted to do this promotion together. We wanted to get SERPscout out now in beta, as we normally do. We always let our people come in at a very, very inexpensive price, get in, get feedback, get people using it, all that kind of stuff. If you've been around us long enough, you know that's the way we roll. Yeah, that's kind of it right now. Herc's going to go ahead and show you a little bit about SERPscout, and then Tom's going to come in and show you all about the Lead Factory. So, Herc, take it away.
All right, guys, can you see the screen? Just give me a quick one if you see SERPscout and my mouse flying all over the screen. Just want to make sure that's all good. Okay, thank you. Okay, so the idea with SERPscout, like Todd said, is really this is a prospecting tool. Like you guys are out there selling a lot of different services. What we want to do is create a tool to help you prospect qualified people to help sell those services. And what SERPscout is going to help you do is it's really going to move you from a person being a cold lead into a person being a warm lead by dazzling them, okay, with your ability with what you use the software. So it's really quite simple. Okay, the first thing you would do is go into settings and you would set up your profile, right? You'd say you'd set up your Gmail address or your Outlook address. You just authorize them, and so that you can send your prospecting emails through your own email account. You set up on an identity with your business contact info so that you look like a marketing professional. And then once your identities are set up, you go to the SERP scanner. And what you're going to do now is search for people within your market, right? So it's pretty simple. You could use keywords like plumbers in Dallas, Salt Lake City emergency dentist, pool resurfacing Phoenix. So you basically are choosing a niche and a location. And then you're telling the software to look at certain pages in Google. So for instance, if I click pages 3 to 6, I can search for plumbers in Dallas, Texas on pages 3 to 6, right? And once you put in your keyword and choose which pages you want to look at, and of course you can do this in any location. It exists everywhere Google exists. Okay, you can do it in any language, any location. What it will do is search that keyword in Google on those pages and bring back a list of results. So for instance, if I open up Dallas plumber here, you can see it's green. The analysis is completed. What it does is it goes out and it finds all the results on those pages, and then it also scans for an email address or multiple email addresses. It looks for a contact page on the site. It looks for a phone number. It also looks for a Facebook page. And then it does some basic level checks on their site. Do they have an SSL? Are they using Open Graph for social sharing? Do they have a Google Analytics tag installed? Are they using schema on the site? Okay, it gives you basic level checks to see certain things. So this guy, for instance, because they're all green, he would not be a good person to target. He might be better if you do something called send to deep analysis. Okay, and what that will do, if you like what's going on here, maybe you found contact pages, but you want to target a different service than SSL or Google Analytics, you can do send to deep analysis. And I'll just kind of preview that quickly for you. That will do additional checks, okay, on top of what we've already done. So there's the regular checks right here, okay? It'll check for Facebook pixel, Google Tags, Schema, Google Analytics, but deep analysis will check for page speed, okay, to see if they have a slow website. It'll check if their website's mobile friendly. It'll check their schema. If they have schema installed on their site, it'll check for social. And once again, we are in beta right now, meaning the only people who have tested the software up to this point is Todd, myself, and the development team. But to bring it to a level where it's absolutely super awesome, we need beta testers in here to start using it and start reporting back to us what's buggy, what could be improved, what features you'd like to see. So the beta offer that we have right now is to get you in for super cheap to start helping us out with this. And one of the features that we have coming that is included in deep analysis, the reason I'm telling you about these features in the beta, is we're going to include another check for each website. So this URL, for instance, the next check we're going to do is where are they ranking, or what keywords are they ranking for, so that we can collect that data and then give to them later on in a report, which I'll show you in a second. But it will basically run their domain and find out all the keywords that they're ranking for, what position they're ranking in, and then how much traffic and how much volume for each of those keywords. And then another check that's going to come on here that's being developed right now is actually an optimization report of their website. So we're going to look at their titles, we're going to look at their descriptions, all the on-page elements of SEO, what their H tags are and stuff like that. We're going to also create an on-page optimization report for them. So once you've gathered all this data about a website, if you find any potential clients that have contact info, right? For instance, so like let's go to the Salt Lake emergency site. You can see like we found 11 emails for this guy. We found, you're basically looking for stuff with red, green in the contact info and red in the scanning. So they have like, this guy has no Google Analytics, no schema. So whatever the services you offer or want to offer or sell, you look for the red, or you run a deep analysis and you do additional checks for that client so that you can start prospecting them. Now, remember when I said you want to turn cold leads into hot leads? When you guys prospect these clients, when you send them an email, obviously you're going to be trying to get them to understand, well, look, we're identifying major problems with your website and stuff like that. What you're going to do now is dazzle them, okay? So what you're going to do is actually create a report for these. You have the option to just send them emails, or you can create a report. I really like our reports. Let me show you what they look like. So I've created a couple just to demo to you guys. So let's say this Abundant Dental Care is a guy that I'd like to contact. Okay, what I would do is click on create a report, and I'll just show you what the report looks like rather than create a report in front of you. But we can create a really beautiful report like this that has, like I said, our contact information for our business, custom HTML boxes, their information so that they know this website is about them. And then I used a custom HTML box to show them, I'm in Rank and Rent. So I show them, here's the rankings of a site that I own. Here's what we can do for you. Here's the calls that we're getting. And then a button that will allow them to contact us so that I could say, listen, I can give you this site. Like I can rent it out to you guys. But if I was going after something different, not in a Rank and Rent situation, I might do a report like this, okay? Arizona Pole Plastering Experts, where I would do a report like this. Here's my contact information, here's their information, and now I'm showing them the weaknesses of their site. I don't have anything custom HTML in here, but we can send them an email that says, hey, we've audited your site and we see a couple problems. We've prepared a personalized special report for you, and a link to this report can go out in the email that you send to them. And then if they visit this report and they see like there's problems here, you can embed your own videos, you can embed your own custom HTML, anything you want to do. You just simply, your prospect would click there and then they'd just be like, yes, I do want help. They'll fill out their information, click send message, and that email will go directly back to you because you've dazzled them, right? With how much you know about them, with all this information that we can have on them. When we have the rankings report in there and the optimization report, a lot of these business owners are going to be very, very surprised that you're able to pull that much data about their website, right? So some of them might even be scared, meaning it's not found, Bridget, beer get. So anyways, like we can just give them loads of information about their website in a really beautiful report editor. So let me just quickly demo the report editor for you. Actually, I should just go right from here. I can go to edit. Whoops, I'll go back to reports. And just to show you how easy it is to create these reports. Okay, I'm just going to go to the editor. So this is what you would do when you're building a report. You would basically just select an element. You can input containers like full width, half width, third width, quarter width. So I could do like a quarter here. And then I can put in like detections. I start drag and dropping the elements that we found from their scan, right? And then if I wanted to put in something custom that is not included, well, I can drop in a custom HTML box, right? And then I can put in anything I want, right? I can put in pictures, videos, I could type anything I want and include it. So we build these beautiful reports to send to people. Now, to contact people, all we do is create a campaign. So one of the features of SERPscout is kind of like a built-in autoresponder where because we have found contact email addresses for these people, well, now we can set up a campaign for them to email them a link to the report, or if we don't want to include the report, we can email them anything we want. So if I go over to delivery templates, okay, I can set up templates that I like setting to people. You can see for Salt Lake City, okay, my first email is I'm looking for a dentist in Salt Lake, and then I have an email, and notice there's no link to the report, right? But in email 2, there's a short code right here that says report URL. So when I follow up with them 3 days later, automatically, now I can include a link to that report, and they can go see it. So we can choose to just email them and say whatever we want, or we can choose to email them, include a link to a beautifully edited report for them. What else is in here? I mean, that's the basic functionality of SERPscout, right? It's just to help you move a cold lead into a warm lead phase. Now, a lot of people are going to ask, well, what do I say to these people, right? That is where we have paired with Tom and Nick and Brian for Local Lead Factory. When we saw what they were doing with their product, we're like, well, that's the perfect complement to our software, because what they have is cold email outreach templates that they themselves use in their own business, and they test and they tweak the emails to get good open rates. And now that I'm saying that, I do want to also show you guys one other really, really important metric of the emails. When you guys are sending out your campaigns, which can be automated, right? You can set them out to go, email 1's going to go out today, email 2 is going to go out 3 days from now, email 4 is going to go out in 6 days after that. It's an autoresponder sort of thing, right? We also track the opens of the email, which means you can test subject line content and get to a point where you're writing a subject line that you know is going to get a really good open rate. But we also can track if they're clicking on that report URL as well, right? So now you can test the body content. So for each email you send, we're going to be tracking open rates and click-through rates on the email so that you have a way to help you define a really good email over time. Like if your first emails are going out and they're not getting opened, well, you might need to change your subject line, or you might need to change who you're contacting possibly, but we're giving you the data to be able to do that. That's pretty much the simplicity of SERPscout, and that's how fast I'm going to go through this demo. It is a credit-based system, so we're going to give you guys, yeah, it's a lot like Pixel Scout actually, except it is Pixel Scout really, but rebuilt from the ground up. We took everything that we learned in Pixel Scout, we took the code base, rebuilt it from the ground up for lots of improvements on things that we saw wrong with Pixel Scout. And one of the other things I'll talk Oh, sorry, somebody's calling my phone and my Bluetooth is on. One sec. So one of the other things we're going to do, guys, is one of the weaknesses that I saw in the older software that we're going to do is one of the things that's kind of a pain in the ass is, let's say there's, like, I found 43 web.
Mark.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Something happened here. Just one sec, guys. I have like a background noise in my. There we go. Sorry about that. One of the things that was kind of a little bit not as great is you can see that for Dallas Plumber, we found 43 websites. Now, let's say out of these 43 websites, I set my filters, okay, because we have filters to say only show me websites where emails were found and where SSLs were not found, or whatever filters you'd like to use. And let's say I got down to 16 websites. Well, then I would have to create 16 reports and create 16 campaigns, which is kind of time cumbersome, right? Even though you can duplicate reports and then just edit certain functions, and you can duplicate email autoresponder follow-ups and just edit certain functions. One of the other features that we're going to build in is the ability to have dynamically loaded emails and reports, so that if you find, let's just go for simple, these 4 were really great. You could set up an email campaign and you could set up a report and send that follow-up series with a link to the report to all 4 at once. Right? And it'll dynamically insert the right report into the right email. It will dynamically insert the right business name into the right settings so that everybody's getting something unique, but you're not repeating yourself, right? So that's another one of the feature upgrades that is coming. Let's see, am I not thinking of anything else, or I'm trying to go really quick here, guys. So I might be skipping a few things. Yeah, okay. So yeah, the reason we designed this, once again, is to help you with your prospecting. But the outreach, the email stuff like that is actually something that we partnered up with Tom and Nick and Brian for, because they use cold email outreach templates with Local Lead Factory. And we thought, what better way to get beta testers into SERPscout than by saying, let's offer you guys a 2-for-1 deal, where if you buy their cold email outreach templates, you will actually get access to SERPscout as well, so that you actually have both things. You have the emails where you know what to say, you have the software where it is easy to prospect for people, and you don't have to pay a lot for it. It's less than $30 to get access to both products, and they complement each other perfectly. So what I'm going to do, I'm just done with this quick demo here. If anyone has any questions, we'll take them later. But I'm going to transfer the slideshow, or it's not a slideshow, the presentation over to Tom, and he's going to go over Lead Factory and each of the elements of Lead Factory, so that you understand what Lead Factory is, and just know that if you purchase Lead Factory, this is what you're going to get. Okay, SERPscout, and then Amir will cover all that information after Tom is done. So Tom, if you're ready, I'm going to send you the screen.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. That software is like freaking amazing, by the way. Like, there we go. All right, you guys should be looking at my screen. That's the members area of Lead Factory. But I do want to touch on something Herc said, because you're right. Because so in Lead Factory, we give you our proven kind of cold email sequences, right, across 4 different niches. And there's a generic one that you can use to customize for other niches you want to go after, along with subject lines and like results of our testing for subject lines and all that stuff. We actually show you how to set all that up without using software. But man, the SERPscout thing like puts this on steroids. Like, I think the results are so much better when you have a tool like that, especially with the reports. And I know from Nick and I's business, we love sending those types of reports. Like, they really do help conversions and help bring people in as clients. And so you take our email templates and what we've tested with that through Brian's agency, our agencies, and you combine that with what Herc and Todd have put together in SERPscout, and man, you have a winner. Yeah, so that's a super awesome bonus, by the way. So let me just kind of go through Lead Factory real quick, and then take any questions you guys have about anything. So like I said, the main course is really built around our cold email templates across 4 niches. I think the niches that we include in this are, there's painter, there's HVAC, there's insurance, there is, what is the other one that's in there? I think real estate, and then you get a generic template as well that you can modify. But we basically go through the psychology of those email templates, why we've written them the way we have. Brian goes through all that stuff. And, you know, even just that part, I think, is really worth getting into Lead Factory, because, you know, things change in the digital marketing space pretty fast, but principles and strategies don't change, right? So when you understand the psychology and stuff behind what we're doing, it makes a lot of other things that you're trying to do or that you want to do in the future much easier. So we show you all that. We also show you how to set everything up, and we also show you how we close deals in kind of a consultative selling type of a style with these 15-minute strategy sessions. And I think this is another great part about Lead Factory too, because I haven't really seen anybody else really talk about this, but we actually show you in here, you know, how we do those. Again, the psychology, the thinking behind them, how to set up a format that will allow you to deliver value to your prospects without giving away the farm and bring them into paying clients. So I think that's really good as well. We don't go into a lot of detail about fulfillment and the services you offer, because Lead Factory is really kind of service independent, right? Like, you can use our outreach templates to drive people to these conversations, and then you can really, you know, guide them into whatever services you currently sell. It works with a lot of different things. We do have a little kind of bonus module on some of the most profitable services that we sell, and you guys being in the Supremacy group, you're gonna know a lot of these and have great ones, you know, lead generation, SEO, those kinds of things. So we talk a little bit about those. But that's basically the main part of Lead Factory. People always want to know, though, like, are there upgrades? Do you need the upgrades? What are they? Those kinds of things. So the first thing I would say about that is Nick, Brian, and myself, we really pride ourselves on making our main courses like self-contained. So we really give you everything you need to be effective in the main course. So there's no reason, you know, like, you don't need to buy the upgrades to make this work, right? But, you know, we know there's a big percentage of people out there that they just like to have more resources, more tips, more tools, things like that. So we do have an upgrade for Lead Factory. We call it the more money, more clients, done for you upgrade. But the first thing it comes with is 7 additional email sequences, right? And each email sequence has 4 emails in them. And I think your idea of being able to add those individual reports in there, those unique reports, Herc, is genius. I mean, that's really great. So these are the niches you get in the upgrade. So these are additional to the others, right? All pre-worked out. We also have some bonus trainings from Brian that are down here. These are just some additional sales and marketing materials that you get with the upgrade. There's some lead magnets, there's blog posts, there's email sequences for the lead magnets, there's cold call scripts, just additional things that can help you convert these prospects that you're talking to into clients, right? And then Brian also included 3 additional trainings, one on really getting your local marketing agency to making money as quickly as possible, one on retaining your customers, right? And the other is on sales and closing. So you get all of that stuff inside the upgrade. Again, really reasonably priced. I mean, this is a lot of value in here for only $37, right? So that's the main upgrade to Lead Factory. We also have a special offer in here for something that for us is normally closed to the public. Like, we don't open this very often, usually only when we do launches. Outside of that, very rarely. But it's a program we have called the Shark Alliance. It's basically a paid monthly mentorship, right? And I know that picture of me at the dollar. This is something I came up with on the spot. I'm not sure how dorky I look, but I thought, why not just put $1 on my head for this video, right? Because we're doing a pretty crazy offer. You get 48 hours of access to the Shark Alliance and everything inside for $1, right? And the Shark Alliance is $197 a month. but there's quite a bit of stuff that you get in here. And let me tell you why we kind of created the Shark Alliance. And the main reason for it was that there are lots of things that you have to understand and get through when you're running a digital agency that we just couldn't do products on it all, right? Like not everything fits well to being a product or a course. There's lots of little things in the background, right? That happen that, you know, we've had to kind of figure out the hard way. And we wanted a place, a vehicle where we could share those things that maybe, you know, we couldn't put in products and stuff like that. And so that's really what the Shark Alliance is. It's like a real, you know, granular behind the scenes. These are really the things you need to run an agency. And we do a lot of things in here to support our members. And because another big part that people struggle with is accountability, right? Like, it's great, you get a product, you're all fired up, but then it kind of wanes off and, you know, you get distracted and all that stuff. So the Shark Alliance is really a way to be around like-minded people, to hold yourself accountable and really learn all of the ins and outs of running a digital agency, not just how to get clients, not just how to do fulfillment, not just how to do those other things, but all the real nuts and bolts of running a real business, because these are real businesses that we're starting and that we're running here, right? It's not some pie in the sky type thing. So what we do inside the Shark Alliance is we do weekly live coaching calls, and this is kind of our schedule. So we have them on Mondays every week at 3 p.m. Eastern. The first Monday of every month, we talk about mindset and taking action. The second Monday, we do a training call, or we do what we call a hot seat, where we dive deep into one of our members' business and help them out. Third Mondays, we do a Q&A, and then we do on the fourth Mondays, which is actually going on right now, we have a business best practices training. So like, for instance, today we were talking about how to do effective proposals, right? And then if there's a fifth Monday in a month, we do a bonus Q&A. So that's, I think, one of the big things in the Shark Alliance is, one, you get that weekly interaction with Nick and myself. And we also have a private Facebook group for the Shark Alliance members. And this is a great place to hold each other accountable, right? Like, members share resources that they're using in our businesses. This is Randy Bett. This guy is killing it with outsourcing and running a big agency. He's always in here posting comments, sharing information, right? It's a great place to ask questions. We also, I'm going to talk about something else here in a minute, but this is a great place to, again, like I said, hold yourself accountable. So we encourage our members to post their goals, things they're doing in here, and get feedback and stuff from other members. And you'll see a lot of people doing that in here, right? So this is a really super active group, and a lot of people a lot smarter than myself in this group. So if you need answers to questions, this is a good place to go. But you know, we don't really stop there with the Shark Alliance. We also have a, let me find this first part, because this is the Shark Alliance Media Library. So this is where we have just a collection of trainings that we put together for our Alliance members on everything that you need to run a digital agency, right? So we've got everything from, you know, how to, let's just take a look, you know, how to set up your business, to prospecting, to proposals, to website design. We cover local SEO. We talk about scaling your business. So we show you how we've been able to build a team that does all the work in the background. So we're really just more of kind of an admin person in the front of our business. We've got guest trainings from people like Paul James, Bruce New Media, lots of people in here. So this is a really great place. If you have questions about anything, you can usually find a training in here about it. One of the other things that's really unique to this area is we do what we call in the trenches trainings. And those in the trenches trainings are actual recordings of our interactions with clients. So we will record the prospecting calls. We'll record the, you know, the client intake calls. We share all the emails that go back and forth with our clients, and not just the good stuff. We do it when things go wrong with clients as well. And we share all of that so that you guys have an idea of how we deal with those. And sometimes, you know, it's just really good to hear how somebody talks to a client or how they handle a certain situation. And those are the little things I was talking about that you just can't really find in other courses, right? Because they don't really make for products. Like, they're things that happen that usually you just have to figure out on your own. But we share all that stuff inside here as well. We also include, some people come in to the Shark Alliance and they're just, they don't really know where to start. They just want a step-by-step plan of action, right? So we have that in here as well. We call it the path to 6 figures. And this is a complete step-by-step. You start at level 1, right? And you can't progress to the next level until you've completed level 1. And this walks you from nothing, from having nothing, from knowing nothing, all the way to having a 6-figure or more agency. And this is one of the areas where, as people go through these levels, they come back to the Facebook group. One of the requirements to get to the next level is you have to go back to the Facebook group and share your experience and talk about what you're doing. And so you really get that insight and input and inspiration from those people that are going before you, and that accountability, right, to post your progress. So this is really great. A lot of these levels require people to have certain income requirements and a certain number of clients, and we verify all that stuff. We don't just, approve people. So if you see somebody who's up here at Whale Shark or Tiger Shark, which we have a lot of, those guys are really out there doing it and crushing it. And those are the people you really want to pay attention to and listen to, right? Another thing that's kind of included in all this is our local SEO Academy. This is really a complete course on how to do local SEO. This is how we do it in our agencies. We even show you, outsourcing, who we outsource with, what we do, what we purchase, all those kinds of things, and how we use it for lead generation. So I know there's a lot of stuff in here. Don't get too overwhelmed, right? Like, it's basically, we wanted to make this place where if you're trying to grow an agency, you can start where you're at. Wherever you're at, you can start doing things. And when you have questions, you need support, you need to be held accountable, you have a place to go. And that's really what we put together with the Shark Alliance. And it really is a crazy deal to be able to get in there, look around and check everything out for $1. And, if you don't see the value in it, then we didn't do our job right. And so we're continually working to bring more things in there. We also have exclusive softwares and things available only to members. Members also get early access to a lot of our courses that we put out and things like that. So it's really a great community. It's really a great place. I think you guys would love it. And yeah, if you guys have any questions about any of this, when we get to the Q&A, I'll be more than happy to answer them. But Todd Herc Shark, my Freudian slip there. Todd and Herc, that's all I got on that. If you guys want to take it from here, and I'll just answer any questions.
Sure.
What do you think about that, Mr. Stark?
Yeah, I'll take it. That's awesome.
Great job, Tom. Thanks a lot, man. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I had to shut the dog up. Sorry. He was excited about the Shark Alliance.
So guys, let me show you how it all breaks down. Okay, I'm going to drop the link right now in the chat box for anyone that wants to grab anything. But basically, guys, this is our beta test offer. Okay, and there's a few additional levels that you can get additional things from us. So if you just want to buy the Lead Factory front end, I believe it's actually $29 right now, or $29.95 or something. It's less than $30. Okay. If you pick that up, which is the cold email outreach templates in the 4 niches, plus they do have a general one as well for people that just, they don't want to work in those 4 niches. So they created a general one that you can use for your own niches. That's the $30 offer. If you get that, okay, we're going to give you 100 credits into SERPscout as a beta tester. So you're going to get in for 100 credits. Each credit will get you 10 results. So really, that's 1,000 results that you can prospect using SERPscout for $30. This is by far the cheapest the credits are ever going to be for SERPscout. And the real advantage here is you're not just getting one thing, you're actually getting 2 things. So when we go public with SERPscout, they're going to be less credits on the front end offer. Okay, it's going to be far less. So you're getting a really, really insanely good value for picking up local Lead Factory and getting beta test access to SERPscout. Now, as you're going through Lead Factory and you're purchasing, you will get OTOs, and that's what we brought Tom on to kind of explain to you what those additional offers would be. If you buy the OTO 1, the first one that you'll see after you make the first purchase, that's the additional cold email templates. That's, I believe, it's less than $40. Their prices are kind of on a little penny timer or something. It's less than $40. So if you buy that, we'll give you an additional 100 credits into SERPscout. So that would be 2,000 results total. Then if you buy their OTO2, which is their, oh man, the
That's the
monster
I think I didn't
template, right?
no I didn't talk about that, Herc. That's the website profit monster WordPress
Yes.
theme. Yeah.
Yes. So it's, can you just explain that quickly for them?
Yeah, yeah, sure. So, Website Profit Monster is a WordPress theme that we developed from the ground up to allow us to go into local businesses and build websites where we can be extremely profitable and not have to spend more than a day or two building these sites. And so we can sell them at a really low front end to start working with clients. So we actually originally started selling these sites at like $500 because they're a template type deal. We've made it real super easy to change. You don't even really need to know WordPress to be able to use them. So we had a lot of success with that. So WordPress Website Profit Monster is training on how we did that. Plus you get the theme and all some different prospecting things and stuff to make that work. So, if maybe you don't have a service or you've been afraid to do websites because of all the technical stuff involved, this is really something that fills that void, that will allow you to be able to do websites, do them in a quick and profitable way, even at low prices for some smaller businesses in your area. And I think it's normally $197, and in that special offer there, which is only good till tonight, it's like $19.95. So it's like Nick said I was crazy for pricing it that low. He argued against it, but I was like, nope, we want to like really help people out,
Okay, thank you. So that's OTO2, guys. I have it at 20. It's actually $19.95. If you pick that up, we'll give you an additional 50 credits. And then these last two, okay, are both for OTO3 because there's two options to getting that. Okay, you can go on the dollar trial, and then if you get the dollar trial, you'll be asked if you want to do the $197 per month or $997 per year. And the big difference between those is the money. The $197 per month over a year is $2,400, or you could save $1,400 to get access to their complete agency training, and you buy that for $997. Okay, if you like the $197 and you buy that after it rebills at $197, send in a support ticket to supremacy.support. We'll add an additional 150 credits or 1,500 results to your SERPscout account. But if you guys go ahead and take the $997 and you like what you saw with Tom, and you want to learn a lot about how they've scaled their agency so big and you want to be a part of their community, get the $997 offer, and we'll do a huge bonus for you. We're going to give you the pro upgrade to SERPscout, which I didn't really show, but I'll show that in a second. And we'll give you 500 additional credits. We're trying to match their value of $997. So the $997 is a $1,400 savings for their course. And we're going to give you the pro upgrade and 500 more credits if you choose to go that route. So let me show you quickly what the pro upgrade actually is into SERPscout. Okay. The number one thing that it's going to do is it's going to allow you to search yellow pages. Okay. So right now the SERP scanner works on Google, right? And that's great. There's a lot of local businesses for every keyword, but there's also going to be a lot of things like Yelp, like Home Advisor, and you're not really going to want to contact them as prospects. Some of you may feel, well, hey, that's a waste of my credits for you to pull that back. So we've done a couple things to help out with that situation. Number one, this little button right here is a flag button. Let me go to a site that would be worthwhile to flag. So Better Business Bureau, obviously you're not going to contact them. So step one, create it as a flag. You're submitting Better Business Bureau to be excluded from all future results. Now that's not just excluded from your results, it's excluded from every user who uses SERPscout. So when you click OK, it sends it back to us. You can see someone already submitted it. It sends it back to us to be reviewed. And if we say yes, Better Business Bureau shouldn't be included, it will now ignore that for you. So all of the users of SERPscout are helping us build a global ignore list so that your credits and your efficiency go further. But as a pro upgrade, what we're going to do is allow you to search yellow pages, which doesn't have the things like Yelp, or well, obviously Yelp, Home Advisor, Angie's List, Better Business Bureau. Yellow pages is 100% only businesses. So when you search in yellow pages, it's going to go a lot further and it's going to be a lot cleaner. The next upgrade as part of the pro is you're going to be able to, it's called white label. So right now with the reports, okay, the reports have to be hosted somewhere, right? Like if you're going to send a link in your email for these people to go and look at a report, the report actually has to be physically located somewhere. And right now, if I go and click on view report, you can see the report is on SERPscout.net. We have one additional domain that you can use. I'll go to edit. Okay. If you don't want to host it on SERPscout.net, then you can actually host it on another domain of ours. If I open settings, digitallandlord.network. That sounds a little more realistic to what you're doing. But what the white label option does is it allows you to change the URL where the report is hosted to this, HTTPS, your domain, right? Your businessdomain.com/report. White label allows you to fully integrate with the brand, with your brand, your business brand, right? You can host the reports on your domain. What else is in the Pro? I know there's more. Sorry, I'm just having a little brain fart right now. Todd, can you remember what else? Oh yeah, importing. Sorry. Importing, what importing is going to allow you to do is if you have your own list of businesses that, you know, you have the contact information or what, for whatever reason, you have another list of businesses, okay? You'll actually have the ability to import that CSV into SERPscout and then create a beautiful report for that list, and as well as use our integrated autoresponder to contact your own list. So that pro upgrade, it will be available to you guys if you purchase, let me go back to the image. If you purchase the Lead Factory OTO on the annual plan 997, you'll get the pro upgrade. Plus we'll give you 5,000 more credits. So the total credits, if you go this way, guys, it's like 100, 200, 400, 700 credits, right? Which is 7,000 results plus the pro upgrade and plus everything inside of Lead Factory. And your total cost would be like 997 and then 20, 60, 70 bucks, like just over $1,000. You're getting a ton of stuff, a ton of value. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. If all you want to do is buy Lead Factory on the front end and get those cold outreach email templates and access to our software, all you have to do is go this far. You don't have to go all the way down. We're just providing additional incentive for people who do want to buy additional products from Lead Factory. So it's completely up to you guys. So if you click on that URL that I gave you, supremacy.digital/cold, okay, it's going to bring you to this page, which kind of is just restating the offer that I just showed you guys. We laid everything out right here in this chart that shows you everything you get. We have common questions here. We have Lead Factory support if there's something wrong with your order right here. We have Todd and Herc support if something's wrong there. And then, of course, the last thing, guys, this entire offer, our beta is only open to people who are picking up local Lead Factory. We're closing when they close. And I hope I lined up those timers right. If not, I'll have to reset the timer. But we close when they close, guys. Okay? So there's literally less than 12 hours left. Sorry, Tom?
Yeah. Tonight at midnight Eastern. And the price goes up to $197 on the front end product.
Okay, so I have this set to Pacific. So you actually have 9 hours and 13 minutes left, I believe. Let's see. Do you have a timer on your page, Tom?
Yeah, they do.
Okay. So this is the real, my timer is on.
Unmute myself. We do have a timer there, yeah.
Okay. Let me show you the real time. And I'll update our timer, guys. Sorry that we lost 2 hours. Whoop. I don't know where it should be. Right there we go, guys. So 8 hours and 12 minutes, and I'll update our timers to go with that. So that's pretty much it, guys. We will open SERPscout obviously later on, but it won't be this cheap. And the reason we're doing this, once again, it literally really is a beta testing offer, guys. We're giving you guys extremely cheap access because we need people now to get in, start using the software, tell us where the bugs are, because there's only, we have 4 developers, myself and Todd, using the software, but 6 people can't properly beta test the software. We need at least like 100 or 200 people in there using it and beta testing it. So this is why we're doing this offer. It's a great deal for you guys, but it also helps us because we get your feedback on the software to help us to improve it. It helps with Tom and Nick and their promotion, and it helps you guys by being able to get in for 2 products really for super cheap, less than $30. So it's really win-win-win, right? I really love this offer. I think it's a great one. So other than that, if there's any questions about anything, I think we'll move it over to Q&A. So Jason says,
yeah, right on. Thanks for that, guys. Yeah, no kidding, man. You know, I remember back, you know, well, it's just been going on forever, but you know, we've been doing this, you know, sort of these prospecting softwares for a while. I think the first one I did was 10 years ago, I think. But it always comes down to, okay, I got their email, I know their problem, but what I say, how do I email them in such a way that I can, you know, get that engagement? And you know, it's always the thing, you know, we've always tried to, you know, provide some good email advice and some good email templates, and it's always a discussion on the webinars, you know, and someone will post something great in the group that works, and we share that, and everybody shares something like this. But Lead Factory could not have come at a better time. Now, I've known about Lead Factory coming down the pipe for quite some time. I didn't exactly know what it was going to be until I don't know, probably a month ago, and I was just like, oh wow, oh my gosh, this is going to be such a good deal to do what we normally like to do, and that's get our software into the hands of our members as cheap as possible, and at the same time, you know, making a little bit of revenue. And we're not, obviously, you can see the prices on this stuff. We're not getting rich off of you guys spending $45, $50 on SERPscout, but it is getting you into our system. It is helping us test. You are getting some phenomenal email templates written by Tom, Nick, and Brian Anderson. Brian Anderson was on our first webinar that we held on Friday. If you don't know who Brian Anderson is, great guy that runs a digital marketing agency out of Atlanta, Georgia. He's also in our mastermind. I know him really well, just like I know Tom and Nick really well. Obviously, we'd never even suggest you guys go and grab something unless we stood behind it 100%. And this we absolutely do. Brian knows his stuff very well. He has a $1 million agency over there in Atlanta, and he's been doing internet marketing about as long as I have. I think I heard him say the other day that he started in 1996, and that's actually when I started as well. And we're roughly the same age. I think he's a little bit younger than me, but yeah, we both like you know, 80s rock and roll. So Brian's a great guy, a lot of fun to hang out with, and he's really smart and good at what he does. So a lot of Lead Factory has a lot of what he does. A lot of Lead Factory has a lot of what Tom and Nick do, and their agencies out in Hawaii as well, and they're also very successful at it. So couldn't be a better fit between SERPscout and Lead Factory. You know, so encourage, if you're going to get, you know, if you're planning on getting SERPscout at some point, and I think everybody should, it's a great prospecting tool, and there's no better time to get it than get it now, because later on the price is going to go up, the credits are going to go down. Same way we do it all. This is no surprise to anyone that's been around us for more than a year or two.
I actually want to show that, Todd, because it was one of the questions, how much are the credits going to cost afterwards? People are, you know, kind of comparing what the offer is now to what it'll be. We're not, I'll tell you this, guys, we're not 100% sure, but it's going to be very similar to what we did on Pixel Scout. And let me show you Pixel Scout's live sales page. Okay. We call them results because 1 credit gets you 10 results. So really think of this as 90 credits, 30 credits, or 60 credits. You can see right now on the live sales page of Pixel Scout, 90 credits is $67, right? Compare that to our offer. You're getting 100 credits for $27. It's $40 less, plus you're getting the Lead Factory cold outreach email templates. So that's why it's such a good offer right now. Like, and when we say literally these credits will never be this cheap again, we mean it. So 9 hours from now, this will be over.
Yeah, and Lead Factory is going to go up to $197 after this is done tonight. And regarding the 997 OTO3 there, that was recently added in to this offer because you know, it's just such a great savings. I think Tom did a really great job of going over everything that is the Shark Alliance. And if you're paying attention to all of the activity in there and all the testimonials and all the great people, I'm in those groups as well. and I see the stuff that those guys are posting in there, and I see the engagement, and I see how there's a lot of success coming out of that group. There's a lot of help going in that group. And I can't be more, I say this all the time, but if you're not in groups learning from people that are smarter than you, because I, for one, do that, I position myself around people, and I pay lots of money to do that, just to be around people that are smarter than me, that can give me ideas and help me move my business forward. If you're not willing to do that, it's going to take you longer. That's just the bottom line. You have got to get around people who know what they're doing. Success breeds more success. I know that's an old cliche, but it is honest to God true. I would be nowhere today had I not joined groups and paid entry fees to get in and learn from other people and make connections and network and all that stuff. I get on my soapbox on this all the time, and it just kills me to see people pass up these kinds of opportunities to get in, because it's, I mean, 997 is nothing compared to what you make when you're a successful agency or successful at any kind of marketing. Nothing. A day's work in the future is all that it is sometimes. So when this came down, we decided, okay, well, we're definitely going to talk about that and definitely encourage people to get into it, because it's just great to do that one way or another. Now, you can stick with the $197 a month. I know $997 is not cheap for me, and $197 a month can get you in and let you hang around and learn from their library of content and then their members inside. And then there's also the $997, which you save a lot of money doing. So when $997 came down, me and Herc got together and was like, look, what can we do to make it better, make it more valuable? So what we did, we started, getting our team together. This morning I was up at 4 a.m. And figuring out, to get this pro upgrade and the certain things that we wanted to be in the pro upgrade all set up for you guys, so that it'd be ready for you to go today. So it is ready now. And we also decided to give you 500 more credits. So you look on that page right now, that's 900 credits for a little over $1,000. That's 9,000 results, 9,000 potential opportunities that you could contact. Out of 9,000 opportunities, you can close a couple and make $1,000, probably pretty easy. Just selling something as simple as SSL, or hell, selling something as simple as Website Monster. I mean, if you guys, I know it didn't get touched on very much right here, but if you go back and read the sales page for Website Monster, what that is basic themes for all kinds of local businesses, and they're great themes too. I've seen them. Go to that page real quick, Herc. These are great themes. And this is, like, I couldn't believe it either whenever I saw it was $20, because I was like, hey, because they added this, they added this in the funnel, I believe on Saturday, because, they got feedback that, hey, I got these great email templates now, but what do I sell? And then Tom and Nick were like, hey, we have a website, Website Profit Monster that they've sold in the past, that they've launched in the past. Hundreds of people have been using this. And there's testimonials at the wazoo of people selling these, installing them, for $500 and more. And they're great themes. They look great. And any local business that doesn't have a website, brand new or something like that, or maybe they just need a new one, these are great. And you can get it for, I went and looked at the price, because I knew we needed to talk about it. I knew we needed to put it in there. First I was like, oh shit, now we got to redo what we've been talking about, because they added the product in there. Now I got to make sure that I'm bonusing you guys if you pick this up. So I was like, how much is it? Because I got to know how many credits is that worth. And Nick was like, $20. I was like, what? You got to be kidding me. Because I've seen this before. And it's great. So I highly encourage you to get this thing for $20. This is great. And then take a look at it. And I promise you'll be impressed. And I promise you, if you can find a brand new local business that's just registered, like there's some services out there that you can go and scrape all the brand new registered domains, right, with keywords in them. All right, we can do that too. And contact them and say, hey, you don't have a website? How about I hook you up real cheap for $500? Because everybody else that's pitching them websites costing $2,000, $3,000 to $5,000. Okay. So Website Profit Monster is a great pickup for 20 bucks. And then you will be able to resell that and make all this money back really quickly. You just got to find the people that need it. And you know, maybe that's the rub. You actually have to find someone. Well, you know what? That's how sales are made. You know, that's how sales are made. That's how, I mean, that's just what you have to do. SERPscout gives you the opportunity to go out and find these opportunities out there. SERPscout will find, say a website needs an SSL, right? SERPscout will find it. Approach them, say, hey, did you know that without an SSL, Google hates you? Oh no, I didn't know that. Well, let me fix it for you. You know,
And Chrome hates you too.
And Chrome hates you too. Like warning, 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 scam fest, right? You gotta let these people know that. You got to foot in the door. Charge them 50 bucks. Charge them nothing. Do it for free. And then go, oh, by the way, your site's shitty. How would you like one that looks like this?
Yeah, that's a great angle, is do free SSLs. Hey, I'd like to install a free SSL for you. I noticed your website doesn't have one. Can I do it for free? I just want to like introduce you to my other services. And if you let me install it for free, the caveat is I'd like to just show you some of the other services we have.
Exactly. And who's going to say no to that?
Yeah. Well, if you, just outline the importance of an SSL. There's two things you have to say. Listen, Google hates sites without SSL and Chrome hates sites without SSL. I'd like to install it for you for free. Why? Because if you let me, I'd like to show you some of my other services. You can say no to them. Either way, I'll install it for free.
Yeah.
Super easy.
A little bit of work, but you know what?
You can use SERPscout to do the work.
Yeah. You just gotta talk to people, and you know, get them to believe in you. And
couple questions that I want to cover here, guys. So Fred, I'm gonna say I already answered you, but I'd like to answer it live. So Fred says he already bought the 27 and 37. Is there a link to get the 997 if he did decide to get it? Everything is going to be on this page, guys, the replay page. So supremacy.digital cold, the link that I gave you guys will lead here. We'll send out emails to this link. But this is like the table that outlines if you buy this, you get this, okay? If you want to buy additional items in their funnel, this is the instructions to do each one of the funnel items. So to claim the credits, first click here to make sure that you're buying from us. What this is going to do is just open up it's going to send you through our affiliate link so that your cookie is set to us. That way we know that you're coming from us. Then click here to purchase the actual product. So for instance, if you do want to get the 997, number one, you only have like 8 hours left to do it. I hate to say it, but that's the truth. We close when they do. But click here, that'll get you cookied correctly. Then come here, it direct links you over to the 997 offer. Then you could pick it up and know that you actually did buy it from us. You do have to buy it from us in order to get our credits because, guys, this stuff costs us money. Running this system and running the scraping takes a lot of processing power. The APIs cost money. So you do have to buy it through us. If you end up buying it through someone else, it's a problem. So make sure you follow these instructions, okay? If you've already bought through us, then you can just come here and follow these instructions to make sure that you're cookied through us. Actually, let me see if they have a cookie on the page for them just to help you guys understand if you're coming through us or not. I believe most of these carts do. So for instance, I click there. If I go to the purchase, I think it does say who the affiliate is on the bottom. It usually does. This one doesn't, unfortunately. So I guess just the best thing, guys, follow these instructions, okay? This will set your cookie, make sure it's coming through us, and then when you click here to go get the extra product, the sale will be through us, and then we can add these accounts. For you guys to claim your credits, inside, I wish I had the picture still, I don't think I do, but once you're done purchasing, you'll get a receipt and it'll say click here to access your product for Lead Factory. When you're there will be two buttons. Actually, I might have it. Yeah, it looks kind of like this. Let me fast forward. I have it on here. Okay, yeah, there. Okay, this is where when you log in to access your purchase, this is where you're going to access let me close this. This is where you're going to access Lead Factory, and this access affiliate bonus that's circled in red here is going to take you over to a registration form where you guys can set up your SERPscout account. Okay, so once you buy any of the offers, log in to get your lead factory access from the green button. The blue button will take you to our registration form. The credits will be automatically deposited into your account. All you have to do is put in your receipt from your purchase, and that's your Warrior WSO receipt. It looks like it'll say WSO underscore and then a bunch of digits. Okay, it's not your PayPal transaction ID or anything like that. It's the Warrior Plus access code that you just put into our form, and then you'll get access to our products automatically.
Hey, by the way, nice cardigan, Herc.
I'm all about cardigans right now because my basement's cold because I live in Canada.
I turned the central air down really low just to be cold with you, Herc.
Thank you. Dottie says, what is the link on the themes for $20? So I'm going to send you this link, Dottie. Okay, it's coming to you in chat. Okay, so click on that link. And then right here, we labeled them, the name and the OTO. So Lead Factory obviously is the initial purchase. OTO1, the sales and marketing pack. What you're looking at is OTO2, Website Profit Monster. That's the templates. So that the link to buy that is right here. So just please read these, guys. I put this information there for your benefit, mine as well. But yeah, if you want that, click here to set the cookie, then click here to purchase the product. That just makes sure that you're buying through us so that we can give you those credits. If you don't buy it through us, it's going to be problems.
Yeah, and the problem's going to be that
Thanks, Brad.
that our registration form is attached.
So that's pretty much it, guys. Short and sweet.
Okay.
Unless there's any other questions, I think we've got through them all. We did it in an hour too, right on.
Herc, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Todd.
Okay, Herc can't hear me. Herc, can you hear Tom?
I can't hear Herc anymore, though.
Hey, someone type in chat. Herc can't hear us anymore. He's having audio issues.
Back.
Oh, there you go.
There you are. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sometimes it happens whenever you play audio or something.
Yeah. That's something weird with GoToWebinar, that when I go to a page that has video on it, I can hear the video on the page, but then I lose the GTW audio, and then I just have to reset my headphones and it comes back. But it takes a few seconds and it confuses everybody. But now we all know. So anytime this happens in the future, we know why.
Yeah, that's great. I'll start talking and you just like totally ignore me and run right over me. I'm like, oh no, can't hear me. All right, guys. Well, I don't see any more questions coming in. I know there wasn't a whole lot of people on this webinar this afternoon because I think a lot of people were on the webinar. Well, I know there was a lot of people on the webinar on Friday, so most people thought it was just going to be the same thing again, which kind of it was. But we really wanted to, come on here and just kind of be a testimony. I mean, I think the Shark Alliance is some people look at it and go, oh, well, that's just too expensive, and who are these guys, or just something like that, and why is this in a WSO, or just whatever you're thinking, and that's okay. Like I get it and everything, and I'm not going to repeat myself on what I've already said about it, but I think good groups are very beneficial to scaling your business. It has been for mine, and Herc can attest to that too. That the more people the more ideas you get, and just the better off you are. And it kind of always costs money, no matter what. It always costs money. I mean, Herc and I are going to an event in DC on March the 5th through the 8th, and oh no, it wasn't cheap at all. I mean, we're probably going to drop 10 grand going to this thing. But you know what? The connections that we're going to make and the learning that's going to be going on is going to pay back 10 times that amount this year, within months, probably. So couldn't be more excited to spend that kind of money, knowing that I'm going to be sitting in a room with guys that are way smarter than me and more experienced than me, and can just bring out more creativity and positivity in myself. So anyway, that's all I really want to say about that. I know I always kind of get, you know, a little hyped up whenever we start talking about joining masterminds and groups and stuff like that. And I know that they're more expensive, but you have to remember that the guys that are creating all this great content behind closed doors and then taking time out of their weeks and months to, you know, to help you and to do live calls and to answer all your questions and to point you in the right direction, well, that's valuable, extremely valuable. And I don't know of anybody that, not too many people that just does that for free. It's just the way the world works. All right, well, I think that's all I got. Tom, any final words from you on your end?
No, man, I really appreciate you guys having me on. Herc, it was good to hang out with you. Todd, good to hang out with you. I'm looking forward to seeing you in London. And
Yes.
Yeah, you guys.
Another mastermind group by golly, that was not cheap either. And going to London's not cheap either. Staying in London, we're gonna be in London proper, boys, and that's $300 to $500 a night ticket.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. So yeah, so I'm super excited about that and super excited for what you guys have going on and your upcoming rollout of SERPscout. I can't wait to bring that to our people. So, you know, keep us in the loop, and if you need anything, feel free to reach out.
All right, Tom, really appreciate you coming on for the last hour, and you did a great job, man. I really do appreciate that walkthrough. Aloha, mahalo.
Yeah, awesome. Aloha and mahalo. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Tom.
One of those. All right, well, Herc, again, great job on your end, man. That was another great demo that you pulled off there, and great explanation and great slide here. I think Herc did a great job of explaining everything that's going on down there at the bottom, because I know there's going to be a lot of people who are watching this, you know, that bought this or bought that, and then they added that website Profit Monster, and then they added the annual Shark Alliance this weekend. So you may not have seen that. So we provided the information down below to allow you to go ahead and get those if you want to. Really up to you. Just make sure you click, follow the instructions, get cooking, and then go to the page to get it, so that whenever you go to fill out your registration form, we have a copy in our back end that says that you bought from us and all that, and there won't be any problems at all. All right, any more questions from anybody else in the group? We are exactly basically 1 hour. We're at 3:10 right now, my time, 10 minutes after the hour. We started about 8 minutes past the hour, so we are right on time at 1 hour. Nope, any more questions? Going once. Herc, anything from you?
No, all I'll say is I updated the timer, and my headphones did go out right now, so I'm not going to be able to hear you, but I updated the timer for you guys to be in sync with their page. So other than that, I'm good.
All right, guys. Well, have a great rest of your afternoon. Enjoy your week, and we will see you next. Bye-bye.